Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for ScubaRadio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that ScubaRadio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for ScubaRadio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's with me. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man.
What's going on?
What's happening?
So, a lot of stuff going on this week. We had the ScubaRadio Scuba Squad connected via the web. That would be Barry the Bugger, Bubble Boy, Vinny Two Tanks at the moment. Also, Brittany the Aqua Gypsy with us is gracing us with her presence. Brittany, how are you? I'll go to you first. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks, Greg.
Yeah. So, we're going to talk to her first, but I do got to go to CJ and Bubble Boy because they actually went diving. Probably almost as much as Brittany. But because...
If you call it that.
What do you mean if you call it that? You guys went to Blue Springs State Park and you went diving. Why are you...
The end.
Why are you poo-pooing it already?
We got to the spring. I got down 30 feet, and my computer still said 0 feet. So I'm like, well, I guess I should probably go back.
Well, how do you know it was 30 feet?
Yeah. How would you
because
know?
You went down there.
You could have used your tables.
No, he still wouldn't have known how deep he was. Tables or not.
I could tell by looking, how far away the surface was.
Oh, that's
it's an educated guess.
Yeah, that's not very educated,
my
actually.
uneducated guess.
Yeah.
Was CJ with you when you were diving?
If it was like six CJs, then it was, about 30 feet.
Was he at?
Well, CJ was way up at the top looking at me from the log.
That sounds like a great way to dive as a buddy team.
So long.
So long.
I was keeping my eye on him because, this little kids free diving idiots that'll like shoot down, see how far they get, shoot up in between the trees and stuff.
Doesn't sound
they were
like
almost like smacking right into him, and I'm like,
this doesn't sound like it was the outing I expected it to be. I thought,
it went exactly as I expected.
It would have been better had we more weights. We were not weighted enough.
Okay, maybe Bubble Boy was selling it appropriately when he let off. I don't know.
I wasn't weighted enough.
I was thinking it was an exciting kind of thing.
I was trying a new wetsuit, and I only had like 10 pounds.
Okay.
Oh my God, he looked like the Michelin Man.
Okay.
But
so,
how much was the millimeter wetsuit?
How thick was it? Is that what you asked,
I think
Brittany?
it was 3 mil.
Yeah, it was a 3 mil.
But he had the hoodie and everything, and
that's plenty of weight, CJ.
Yeah.
Well, it could be. I mean, for a guy,
I felt super buoyant.
No,
I was trying
hold on.
like hell to get down.
Freshwater, it should be.
So. You would think so.
Oh, freshwater, you're less buoyant. Saltwater.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But
that's what I thought.
But with a 3 mil, and if you haven't dove in a while, and it was a brand new wetsuit too, Brittany. So
and it's full length.
I'd probably give him. I'd give him a little slack and say, okay, you could have needed 12 possibly, and you haven't dove in a while, so he's a little off.
No, it wasn't that.
What do you mean?
I was. It wasn't that I haven't dove in a while. I was fine.
Well, you hadn't dove in.
I just could not get the hell down.
Okay. Well, I mean, but you hadn't dove in a while, so you're a little bit more amped up than you would be if you'd been diving.
Not true. I was completely relaxed.
Really?
Yeah.
He was not, Greg. We got in way too soon, and we were fighting the current of the spring for about, a quarter of a mile.
Okay. All right. So you guys are a buddy
exercise.
team. A buddy team that was totally in sync, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah.
Not. I don't know. Brittany, they're kind of doing everything like a dive instructor would explain that they shouldn't, don't you think? This is what not to do. Are you with me on that, being a dive instructor yourself?
100%.
Yeah. See?
So wrong.
So you could have went with 10 and probably been able to get down.
I did go with 10, and I tell you, I couldn't get.
Well, you were
the hell
fighting a
down.
little bit because you were probably a little amped up.
No,
and just hadn't
bullshit.
dove-
I almost
Okay, though.
swore.
It's okay. This is a good case study.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the things that went wrong.
So I should have
Right.
forced it. I should have forced it to try to get down under all the logs with him instead of trying to watch out for safety and watch out for everybody else.
I don't know.
No, you did a
That's
good
that was a
job.
bad move.
Yeah. No, listen. Go,
So
Brittany.
you did a good job in doing what you did. Typically, whenever especially when I bring students, I bring like an extra 20 pounds. So when you go diving, you should always bring an extra 5 pounds at least, just in
Right.
case.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have alleviated a lot of issues. Another thing that, Bubble Boy, why didn't you go down?
He
I
did
wasn't
go
weighted
down.
enough either. But to go back to I had a bunch of weights. We had like 30 pounds of
He
weights in
wasn't
my
wearing a
cart.
wetsuit, so
All
he
right,
wasn't that buoyant.
Well, here, let's explain something. Basically, what you just said, Bubble Boy, is you went down and CJ kind of stayed at the surface.
Not the
No, he came
surface. I
down.
was like
He
6
was-
feet, 7 feet.
Yeah.
Right,
He
but
was
you
up- he was
guys
up at the
really
top of
weren't
the spring.
at that point. You're not diving as a buddy team.
Yes, we were. He was at the top of the spring. I couldn't have been more than, I don't know, 10 feet below him, 10, maybe 15.
I don't know.
most.
Does that count, Brittany? They should be at the same depth. Wouldn't you agree? I don't know if that's
Yeah,
close enough.
Definitely.
Yeah. See, the 10-foot rule that might apply if you guys are at the same depth.
Greg, we would have been if it hadn't been for those meddling kids.
All right, Scooby. Zoinks. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not sure if that was the proper technique that you guys should have followed. I mean, I understand what you're saying, CJ, and that's okay. I mean, you were watching them to a certain extent, but really, if you're diving as a team, you're supposed to be at the same depth. It's not vertical is not the
I
same.
would have. Could I?
I know.
I don't know.
got
Being a
down
buddy
there.
team, help me out here. You're an instructor, Brittany. Vertical distance is not the same as horizontal distance if you're diving as a buddy. Would you agree or no?
I would agree.
Yeah.
You're going to end up in different columns, and it's good to always, be together, because then eventually towards the end, if some person does have to make a decompression stop because they went too long,
Right.
or if they have to make a safety stop, you always want to be at the same depth around the same time.
Yeah, you got to be able to get to them within a kick or two. And if you have to go deeper as well, and you have a problem like, say, clearing your ears or something that would keep you from getting down to them, well, you're not much help to them. Barry, what say you?
Bubbles, how much weight did you have on?
I only had like 8 pounds. I probably could have used about 2 to 4 more.
8 pounds
Okay.
with no wetsuit
in
Yeah.
the fresh water.
in
Yeah.
fresh
It
water.
makes
Keep in mind, it's a spring coming up, and
Well,
you're
that's what it
also
was, the
fighting.
So
spring
you
was
had an
blasting at it.
upwelling of water
A
Yes.
flow. Yeah, they were
Very
diving
strong
into the flow.
into the flow.
Yeah,
A heavy flow.
They had a
Well,
heavy
listen,
flow.
she said it.
I will say something that you guys did correct was to go into the flow in the beginning of the dive and not just go with it and then have to turn around and come back. So that
Well,
was good.
there's really no.
There's no choice
Yeah,
because
there's no
wherever
choice
you
at
drop
Blue
in
Springs.
farther down or closer, you have to go that way.
Yeah.
Greg, I was giving them the benefit of the doubt.
No,
But yeah.
don't do that.
But yeah,
Why?
You know them. Why would you do this?
Just
Yeah.
trying to make them better.
Yeah, Blue Springs is kind of I mean, it's not much different than a lot of springs. I mean, the diameter of the boil, as they would call where the flow pumps out of the aquifer there at Blue Springs, is probably only 20 feet, 30 feet across. It's not
About 30
huge.
feet.
Yeah. And then there's this big log about, like you said, 5 to 7 feet down.
there's a couple of logs now.
Yeah,
they're
big
kinda
monster.
crossed
It
out.
kind of cross.
It's a big log with a bunch of large branches shooting off of it, like a V.
Yeah.
Why?
And so you have to
Why?
navigate around
I don't
that,
know.
and then you go
Yeah.
down, and you can go down to, I think it's, if I remember correctly, it's about 60, 70 feet, and then that's
Yeah.
where you get to the skull and crossbones sign that says, do not go beyond this point unless you are cave certified. And matter of fact, they don't allow you in the spring, I believe, still without a flashlight. You're not allowed to take a flashlight down there with you unless you're cave certified, plan to do something. And I don't even know if they're allowing that these days. Did you see anybody doing that?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So you got to be extra careful. But the flow for Blue Springs is pretty strong. And if you get caught in it when you get down even that deep, right there before you cross the sign, I mean, if you kind of swim up in a certain way, you'll get caught in the current and go, "Hey, hello." and you get caught in that heavy flow, it's a mess.
So if you pee in that water, that's the stuff that ends up in our drinking water?
No, because they pump it out earlier before that.
Good.
Zephyr Hills, yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know. That's a good point. Oh, you think
It's
that's funny,
pronounced
do you?
Zephyr
Yeah.
So much
I'm
for
always
having
funny,
them.
Greg.
So much for having them as a sponsor. Thanks.
That'll never happen anyway.
Yeah, never.
Don't worry.
Oh. No, it's water. It's nice. I like Zephyr Hills. I drink it all the time.
I do too.
But now
But
I'm
they would
not
never
sure.
advertise with you.
Yeah, now they won't for sure after Barry's little comment like that.
I know.
Thanks,
not
Barry.
accurate.
Take it from my paycheck.
Barry, you had to put it to pee water.
Gee whiz.
Well, that might have weighted CJ down a little more.
No, it's not true.
Yeah.
This is all rumor and innuendo. It has no basis in fact.
Not
Welcome
my
to
end,
Scuba
though.
Radio. All right, look, we got more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Need an escape from reality for a while? Your favorite scuba action star, Mike Scott, is back in an all-new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys: Reefs Under Pressure. From the brilliant mind of author Eric Douglas comes the thriller that started it all. Listen as Mike unravels the death of a girl, the protest of new development, and the systemic destruction of coral reefs, all against the stunning backdrop of Grand Cayman Island. This one's got it all: submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface. When he was ready and completely relaxed, he wrapped his arms through the straps of the seat cushion and gently slid into the water.
Dive back into adventure with Cayman Cowboys. Also available, Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish. Download all 5 audiobooks now at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, or audible.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
You're listening to Scuba Radio. 20 years.
Make that 24 now.
And still sucking.
Suck.
On air.
Hey, come on. That stings.
You can hear it on Scuba Radio, the world's first scuba diving show. From Captain Ron to Jock Gusto, they all love Scuba Radio. On the boat or down below, if you want to stay in the know.
Did you ever think about that? I didn't know.
If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me. And we have the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger. We got Bubble Boy, Vinny Two Tanks, even Jerry the Diver Guy who's been freshly tattooed. I thought that was a joke, but then I saw a picture and I'm like, oh, damn. Oh, hell no. You can see it on Facebook Live.
Buddy.
What the hell's wrong with you? Why would you get branded like that?
Because it's cool.
Okay, if you say so.
Cool, you got to play with the cool kids.
All right, if you that we'll get to the bottom of this at some point. We also got the Aqua Gypsy Brittany with us, and maybe we'll figure out a way to make Bubble Boy and CJ better divers here in just a bit. But I got to divert just a little bit first and bring on Lisa from the History of Diving Museum down there in the Florida Keys. She's with us as well. Lisa, how you doing? What's going on down there this week?
We are having beautiful weather in the Florida Keys. Everybody's out on the water. After they've had a lot of sun, they're coming into the museum, getting a little bit of air conditioning, getting a little culture, getting a little history, and having a good time.
Well, there you go. And you know, they're always doing cool little programs at the History of Diving Museum down there in Isla Mirada, Upper Keys area. And our good buddy Wyland is working with you guys. Is it this Friday that you're doing an event with him or what?
Yes, Wyland came in to visit the museum. You'll see his beautiful Aquarius piece over my shoulder. It's a little pop-up exhibit in our library. And then he's coming back on Friday to do some painting on site.
Excellent.
So we're going to have a little meet and greet. We're going to do tours. It's open to the public. Tickets are just $75 a piece. But because it's so last minute, we need our members and all of our divers to literally call up and get your ticket now.
There you go. Yeah. Wyland is always traveling around the world painting and God knows where. I mean, he actually has a home, I believe, right there by the History of Diving Museum that he spends, time there, and then Hawaii back and forth. And he happened to be in town. He was doing some stuff with the Aquarius project, that underwater habitat you guys have off the coast down there. And that was with, who was that with? Was that with Fabian? Or who?
It was with Fabian, right. So Fabian, in honor of Jacques Cousteau's, the grandfather's 50-day mission, Fabian Cousteau did a 51-day mission.
Right.
And during that, there were several different research projects, a lot of things going on. And one of them was that Wyland came down and they actually painted this underwater looking at the Aquarius.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a really unique piece. We actually featured it a couple years ago when we did a dive into art exhibit. So it's nice to now have it, and it's going to be in the research library on display till December.
How about that? Yeah, you can see this on Facebook Live and YouTube on our video stream, obviously. And that's what she's referring to. And if you're not connected that way and just listening to the show today, just go to the History of Diving Museum this Friday. Be a part of it if you can get to the area in time. Because, Wyland's always a fun guy to hang with. He's always doing such crazy stuff, hanging with these movie stars and Jacques Cousteau's son.
He's actually doing a band now, Greg.
Is he doing a band as well?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. He actually had a Wyland guitar. So, I aspire to be Wyland someday, maybe. I don't know. But yeah,
so
go ahead.
Sorry. If any of your listeners call the Diving Museum, 305-664-9737, or shoot us an email, programs@divingmuseum.org, and we'll give them all the details about the timed tours, the meet and greet with Wyland. We've got Green Turtle coming out and providing light beverages, a cash bar. It's going to be nice. Wyland's bringing some of his products here. So he's got great books and he's got great cards and art and hats and, just stuff. And then he'll sign them for you. So you can get an autograph. And it's so neat. He's going to be doing sumi painting, which is very
Wait, he's going to sue you? Did you say he's going to sue me?
No,
what?
no.
No, he's going to sue you.
Suck that back in. Sumi painting. It's the kind of the Oriental version of black ink. And he'll be doing different sea creatures. And we actually have 4 pieces we're going to auction off.
Well, I'll tell you what, he should have got his hands on Jared the Diver Guy before he put that mess on his arm.
I'm not getting into that.
Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't.
Well,
good move. Yeah. Barry, what say you?
Are you considered a VIP if you happen to wear a red watch cap at the?
No, you're considered a nerd, like most people.
No, you'll be kicked out.
Cousteau groupie.
Yeah.
So, actually, part of the reason that we're doing this, World's Ocean Day is next week, but down in the Keys, we have a lot of things going on this weekend. Jacques Cousteau's birthday is coming up. So it's kind of a whole thing. And then Wyland's going to be traveling again. So I got to take advantage of him when he's here.
Exactly. Yeah. And once again, he's a great guy. And if you ever had the opportunity to watch him paint and stuff, he's actually very vocal I mean, he talks a lot while he does his paintings, and you can ask him questions. It's pretty cool, actually, to kind of like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm working on this, and, this is how you do that. He's very generous with his time and when he's painting and willing to give tips. And obviously, he loves the underwater world because that's what his marine art revolves around. So check it out. Divingmuseum.org is the website to go to get information about the museum. Reach out to Lisa and the gang to go to the event this Friday. Make sure you tell Wyland we said hi. It's been a while since we've had him on Scuba Radio. We'll have to get him back on at some point.
I invited him, but, he's busy and the weather's beautiful outside.
Right,
so
of course. He has, like real stuff to do and talk to us losers. But, it's been a while, so, the statute of limitations has worn off. So he's probably okay, or may have forgotten about how bad it was last time we had him. You think, CJ?
Who knows?
Nah, he has a great sense of humor, and obviously he does a lot for the marine world. So it's a good fit for the History of Diving Museum. Lisa, always a pleasure. Thanks for the update. We appreciate it, and we'll wish you the best. And maybe we'll get down there. We're talking to him about maybe coming down to the museum sometime in July or August. And get down there. And
I'm coming down after Bugfest.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah.
Yep.
So
everyone will have their watch caps on.
Oh, boy.
There you go.
I apologize.
No, I'm glad he's in theme. Thank you.
No, they all have a watch cap. I bought them all a watch cap.
Right.
They don't wear it.
Yeah.
Well,
Lisa, I didn't warn you about Barry before we started. I apologize.
It's a little over enthusiastic.
Just a tad. It's just what we do.
He gets excited.
Okay, he's easily amused. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that too.
Okay. More coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Conventional underwater scooters can be heavy, unwieldy, and underpowered. At just over 8 pounds and with speeds of up to 7 miles per hour, the Scuba Jet Pro dive scooter is a game changer and fits in your dive bag. The Scuba Jet Pro uses an eco-friendly jet engine with impeller technology. With adapters, it can even power paddleboards, canoes, kayaks, and all kinds of water sports equipment. It's the most versatile scooter you'll ever own. Learn more and get the Scuba Jet Pro at ScubaJet.com. That's ScubaJet.com.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving, flying, and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving, flying, and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why I wanted to tell you about Nanook Professional Protective Cases. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook cases generally cost less than similar products currently on the market. From an iPhone to a full set of dive gear, whatever you need to shield from the elements, Nanook Professional Protective Cases has the size, shape, and color for you. Go to Nanook.com. That's NANUK.com for Nanook Professional Protective Cases. The evolution of protection.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new Scuba Radio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 Scuba Radio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New Scuba Radio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Let me tell you about a friend I know. He's got the world's first scuba diving radio show. So now everywhere I am, everywhere I go, the first thing that I tune to is Scuba Radio.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg, the dive master. That is the Scuba Cowboy. He will be at Bugfest at Lauderdale by the Sea for the lobster mini season that Vinny Two Tanks said he was gonna go down to the History of Diving Museum immediately following Bugfest at the end of July, which is a pretty good plan, a pretty good dive plan there, Vinny. So, yeah.
I want to talk to you guys about it because Tom and I, right after Bugfest, we're driving down for a week. So
yeah. So I mean, mini season is the 27th and 28th of July, or actually, I think it's the 28th. Actually, we got Steve
Wednesday,
Delavera.
Thursday.
Yeah, Wednesday. It's Wednesday, Thursday. That's it.
20th and 29th. Yeah.
There you go. And we got Steve Delavera from Lauderdale by the Sea and Bugfest with us now as well, so he can keep us straight in that regard. But yeah, you come down to Lauderdale by the Sea, you can stay there for the whole week, or do Bugfest in mini season get your lobster fill, and then run down to the Keys, the History Diving Museum, or whatever. Just mix it up and make it into a whole little Florida dive adventure. You'd be good with that, right, Steve? Yeah.
Yes, I would. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So, by the way, how is Lauderdale by the Sea going this weekend on Memorial Day? Pretty busy or what?
It's pretty busy. Yeah, I was out last night downtown, and it was pretty packed with folks.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are just they've been dying to get out for the past year, and so we're Lauderdale by the Sea is a pretty popular downtown area to hang out with. It's we've got the beach pavilion and some plazas and extra sidewalk dining. So. And everything's low rise. You're not surrounded by huge condos and hotels. So it's the town's jamming right now.
It is cooking for Memorial Day weekend, kind of like a little preview for Florida lobster season at the end of July. So this is the weekend it starts to kick in to high gear. But Lauderdale by the Sea, best beach diving in Florida for sure, and that's where Bugfest by the Sea is going to be. We're going to talk more about that and much more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Hi, this is Neil Watson, the Dive God.
And I'm Peter Hughes.
These guys come from legend. They're basically gods.
We've been around the block a time or two with the diving industry.
But I've never heard something as nutty as this.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
God's friggin' gift to humanity.
Now here's a guy I've been putting up with for over 20 years.
Greg the Dive Master.
You can tell the master I'm done for the day.
Now beat it, loser.
And by the way, Greg, it's Peter Huge.
Whoa.
Okay. All right. So the diving legends that I'm lucky enough to call friends.
You couldn't edit out my laugh there?
What do you mean?
It sounds kind of goofy.
What, that you were laughing at Peter Huge?
Yeah.
That's not...
I remember when you recorded
that. We're just trying to capture the magic.
Like, damn, that sounds familiar. Is that me?
I believe it might have been.
Yeah, it was you.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I am Greg the Dive Master. That is CJ. We are in the studio. We got the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web. And then Steve Delavera from Bugfest, Lauderdale by the Sea, happening at the end of July for Florida Spiny Lobster mini season, is with us. And I wanted to bring him on. We've been talking about this event for a while now. And you said Memorial Day weekend, the area is cooking. It's very busy, and and I'm really looking forward to it because we got the Plunge Beach Hotel. Where, by the way, we mentioned this a couple weeks ago. They do have a special Bugfest rate, Scuba Radio Bugfest rate at the Plunge Beach Hotel, plungebeachhotel.com.
It's a great deal.
Great, really great deal. Tom and the gang there at the hotel really hooked up everybody who wants to participate because the events are all going to be right there at that hotel, right, Steve?
That's correct. Yeah, the Plunge is going to be our headquarters for Bugfest this year. We get the mini season starting on Tuesday. The mini season kickoff party is Tuesday night, and then actually some divers will go out at midnight, and then we have the diving on Wednesday, and then we're going to have the diver awards following we put back in the program. We stuck back in the lobster chef competition. So we're going to do the lobster chef competition and have the diver awards, and then on Friday we have a benefit concert for Dive Heart on Friday at Plunge.
Okay.
And then also on Saturday, for the divers that are still around, we're going to do an Anglin's Pier underwater cleanup from like 8 a.m. to about 10 a.m. And there's brunch on the pier afterwards, and you sign up for Gold Coast Scuba. So we have a whole week's worth of stuff for divers to do, and it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, and once again, the beach diving there just spectacular. Barry, what say you? What do you think?
You can find during those underwater cleanups, you could find treasure sometimes.
Like what?
Yeah,
watches, jewelry,
cell phones. They may not work. But
a prosthetic leg.
Okay,
leg, yeah.
You could find a prosthetic leg. Vinny has a story for us later to kind of fill in the gaps of that one. Brittany, what say you? What did you find?
Oh, I just said, especially after mini season, you can find nets.
True.
Yeah. Pickle sticks, anything.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So true.
Anchors, yeah.
Yeah.
I brought back an anchor.
Actually, years ago in off of Fort Lauderdale, there used to be a nonprofit called Ocean Watch.
Ocean could, yes.
And they used to sponsor these annual cleanups off the beach, and they always had a prize for the most unusual item that was found.
Yeah.
And this wasn't during one of the cleanups, but one day a couple of friends of mine and I were diving, and we actually came across the bottom half of what I will call a marital aid that was about this big long.
Wow,
and it
really?
easily would have won the most unusual prize for the year, but it wasn't during the contest, so we just tossed it.
Wait, what do you think it was in there because somebody was using it as a fishing lure?
I don't know. It didn't. There was no note attached to it as to what. And it was only half of it, so the top half was gone. So.
Well, the fish ate it.
No.
Greg, the correct punchline for that joke would have been fish tickle stick.
I did
possibly
belong to Ocean Watch, and I did participate in this.
Safety side.
Which explains why they're not around today.
Yeah,
but
and because of that, a lot of divers pick up the cans and junk when they're diving. And so it's the reefs are very, very clean.
Yeah,
and,
they are for sure. But right around the pier, you can't really dive right under the pier because they're always
That's correct, yeah.
fishing, and
Although
you could get hooked up or something.
Was damaged during Hurricane Irma, so the eastern portion is still blocked off to fishermen. So there's some divers I've seen their pictures. They go out there and they're away from the hooks and the fishing line, and they do take pictures. But we met with the pier people the other day, and we're going to move all the anglers to one side of the pier while the divers do the other. So
right. Okay. I say you let them go at the same time, and if one of the pier fishermen catch a diver, hey, all the more power to them, huh?
As long as it's legal size.
That's right.
And you can't.
That's right.
A diver
They're too small. You gotta set it, kick it back. Right. That would be fun. That'd be a viral video, don't you think?
Yeah.
I think it would. Barry, what say you? You gonna participate or what? No.
In the dive cleanup, possibly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No. In the we want you to be. We want one of the fisher guys to catch the big one.
Dive flag, and I'll go down there and get the lobsters that are hiding.
We could mark like, hey, if you catch Barry, you get a special prize. You know what I mean?
One thing about the pier dive is that Gold Coast is running it, and they're limiting the participation to 40 divers. So all the divers are going to have they're going to get a green wristband with a number on it. And at the end of the event, we're actually going to give away a dive computer to
sweet.
Just a simple raffle so you have a chance to win a prize for taking part in the underwater cleanup.
There you go. Yeah, a lot of great prizes always blown out every year for Bugfest by the Sea. And we're bringing, I'll tell you, we're backed up. We got a lot of prizes here, too. And we're going to bring them down to Bugfest and blow them out at the event this year. So everybody's going to get something pretty nice, I bet you. They all usually do. So whether it's dive computers or gear or whatever, it's always a fun time. And just to get together with all your dive friends. It's been like 2 years now.
Oh, yeah. We've got the Scuba Cowboy is going to be there for the preseason party, and then also for the diver awards. So it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, and let's not forget about the lobster. They are a tasty little morsel.
Right.
They are a tasty crustacean. And there might even be an appearance by the Lobster Slayer and Bug Boy.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to run into the ScubaRadio mermaids again this year.
There is rumors of at least one.
A fun attraction.
Yeah. Matter of fact, if things go as planned by Bugfest, we may have Miss Mermaid USA by then, won't we?
Right. Wow.
I don't know when it is.
I forget when it.
If she was on, she could tell us.
Right, but yeah, Kristen isn't with us. I don't know if it's August or July when the event is, but she's already top 25, and I think she's going to win it. Jerry, the diver guy, who's half asleep, would know, and he's making weird noise. He just woke up from his nap, I guess. What is going on with you, man? What is he doing?
They're getting a tattoo.
What? He's doing his tattoo while he's on the radio today?
Live on Scuba Radio.
I thought he was sleeping. Oh, my God. He's actually getting a tattoo while we're on the air today. Well, at least he's multitasking.
Can we give him some suggestions for things to write back there?
Looks like he's got enough.
Is that on your
I don't
butt
think there's
cheek?
any room to see.
It looks like he's drawing Elmer Fudd on his butt cheeks with his gun drawn, saying, "I know you're in there, Wabbit." Which would be, that would be impressive if you're doing that. What exactly are you doing, Jerry? Can you say? Or no, you don't want to mess up the guy, the artist.
We are doing more Polynesian art.
Polynesian artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like shark teeth and stuff like that.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, it's kind of muffled. Yeah.
He's trying to look like Aquaman. It ain't gonna work.
Well, you know.
He's trying to impress Barry.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is, the Jerry and Barry show.
Keep working.
Okay, we shouldn't have.
There's a certain tension there.
Yeah. What?
It was just released. Barry just released his.
Whoa. Okay.
He's all giggly like a schoolgirl.
I didn't think he'd go any worse off track here. And when Steve brought up the thing about what he found underwater.
Yeah, I know.
And there you go. We eclipsed it. Sorry, Steve.
That's okay.
Go back to Bugfest.
Yeah. Well, just everybody should go to Bugfest. That's the bottom line.
I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
And this year we're sponsored by Tropical Seas, which is pushing their land shark products this year. And,
they're land shark, right? Land shark
sunscreen. A great
sunscreen.
guy up in Daytona Beach there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So a lot of great
land
folks.
Shark beer?
No, land shark sunscreen.
No, land shark's sunscreen.
Listen, Barry.
Listen.
I heard the stand.
No, you didn't. You didn't listen.
Yes, I did.
No, you were a
Pull
liar.
your cap up over your ear.
Oh, shit. No wonder I
For the
can't hear
mid-season
nothing.
party, we're giving away free beer for the first 75 divers that show up,
Yeah.
courtesy of the Gold Coast. So that should be fun.
Right.
Get
Absolutely.
things going.
Yeah. It sounds great. Sounds awesome. Vinny, you're excited. I can see.
Yes. I just wanted to ask Steve a question. Is Chiefy going to do the lecture again this year?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, there you go.
Just before the opening party.
Yeah, he does that every year. He kind of does a little seminar on how to catch lobsters. He's the guy. All right, cool. More coming up. Stay close.
Would you like to talk diving? Greg the Dive Master's all toweled down and ready to take your call now. Call Scuba Radio at 1-888-88-SCUBA.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter. Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Outside of these cities in Bolivia, there's a whole lot of, well, not much. But there is one site that dominates this otherwise dusty landscape. Lake Titicaca. What are you, 12 years old? That's the name of the lake, okay? That's its name. Lake Titicaca.
Lake Titicaca, won't you come out and play? Lake Titicaca, taking all your cares away. Lake Titicaca, won't you come out and play? Me say Lake Titicaca, you know you don't wanna stay.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. By the way, did you see my new guitar on Facebook, CJ?
Yeah, is that for your Barbie dolls?
No, this is a Gibson Les Paul.
Model.
Standard.
Tiny model.
Gold top. I always wanted this, and my kids got it for my birthday, and they gave me a miniature version of one.
Not actual size.
Not actual size, but
Just
they did.
add water.
Yeah, but you know what was great? I got everybody. Yeah, I posted it up on Facebook, and I kind of did that forced perspective thing where you hold it up, and everybody thought I got a real standard gold top Les Paul. Everybody
Except
fell
for
for
your
the
giant
gag.
Fingers all over it.
Yeah, they all fell for it, Barry.
The giant fingers on.
I did it like this on
He didn't do
Facebook.
it like that on
Yeah,
the
I did it like this, and everybody was like,
You know
"Oh,
what the
yeah,
only
yeah."
dead giveaway was for me?
What was that?
Those are extremely heavy guitars, and so for you to hold it out with one hand like that,
Yeah.
would have been
Well, I mean,
little
I
heavy.
could do that. I mean, you know.
Yeah, for 5 seconds before you start complaining.
That's over 3 pounds, Greg.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay, just so you know.
Okay. Well, it was still pretty awesome that, you know, the fact that my kids hosed me and I was able to hose the world and share that hosing with everyone else. And I got nobody.
Well, everybody
was
was bitterly disappointed.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, I got all these comments like, "Oh, dude, that's awesome."
Set up expectations, and then yeah.
Yeah, they're all saying it was nice.
What a hilarious prank!
You have the best kids in the world.
Old Greg, the world's okayest dad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if they would have known me, they would know. There's no way your kids would splurge on something like that. Anyway, I digress. Look, we got Steve Delavera on with us right now, and he is the proprietor of Bugfest by the Sea, Fort Lauderdale by the Sea.
He's the what?
Proprietor.
Okay, thank you.
And or Big Kahuna. I don't know what.
Lobster in Chief is my official
Lobster
title.
in Chief. There you go.
Official title. Yeah.
There's a hat and the whole thing. You know, you put a lobster on
And it's
your head.
official.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have a crown, a lobster crown kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, when the pandemic hit, we had to lay off our whole staff of lobsters. We had to lay off about 12 of them. So, but they're back. They'll come back this year. So.
I will tell you what. I bet you that lobster season is going to be phenomenal this year.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah,
I really do.
think so too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they might the lobster might have gotten a little reprieve. Maybe not much of one from what I saw from Chiefy's postings on Facebook.
Last year was a pretty good lobstering year for divers.
It was.
Yeah,
It was.
Last year was very, very good. Yeah.
But I bet you, you know, just overall, just knowing that, you know, the ocean waters were getting a little reprieve from all the traffic and stuff from people because of COVID and everything, that hopefully the lobsters will come out and be a little more, I don't know, less shy of the divers, which means we will clean up. We will entice them into our lobster nets and feast like never before. That will be the plan. And I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, lobstering is like a religion. Let us pray. P-R-E-Y.
There you go. Right.
That was good.
And but it'll be a good time. Brittany, the Aqua Gypsy, I think she has to go to work. So you're going to be at Bugfest though, right, Brittany? That is the plan.
I am.
Yes.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, you know, you have to come up with a lobster alter ego though. You know, I evolve or transform into the Lobster Slayer. CJ transforms into Bug Boy. Vinny Two Tanks. Well, I mean, I don't know if he just goes as himself.
You're giving away our secret identities. Why?
No, these are only secret to the lobster.
Well,
we're allowed
Greg,
to tell
if you remember correctly, 2 years ago, I was the one who caught the largest lobster off the beach.
I don't recall that at all.
She did. She just didn't get it in to Wade, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was Wade. What?
No. I thought it got weighed, but yeah, you missed it by that day.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
She caught a huge lobster, but she didn't get it weighed on time.
In time.
She didn't find Wade.
How do you remember?
Wade was her dive buddy.
Greg.
Then when we went
Take
with
some-
South
take some
Florida
kind of
Diving
herbs for your
Headquarters, I
brain.
actually caught the most bugs, more than Greg.
I definitely don't remember that. That
Of course not.
Maybe more than Greg, but not more than the Lobster Slayer.
No, I remember that.
No, I don't.
Whoever he is.
I don't think that's accurate.
It is accurate.
But I
was there.
Brittany is at a point in her lobster diving career where she does need to set up as a lobster superhero. She needs her own, moniker.
I don't think she does. She's doing fine without it. Apparently.
No.
She's catching more than you and me.
No, I'd say it's like Batgirl or something. We need a woman to represent the lobster catching capabilities of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad.
Greg, I
Yes.
already have a song written about me. You know the lyric in Pup's song when he said, "And a couple of bumps you don't typically see on men." That was about me.
Huh.
Okay.
Oh, I get it.
Well,
In his lobster hunter song, in his bug hunter song.
All right,
yeah,
that's
I
cool.
thought he was writing about. I thought he was talking about Barry.
Oh, I thought he was
and
talking
his man
about
boobs.
cocaine.
But okay, well,
Those are
I guess
muscles.
she's got a song, so that's a start. We'll let her live. There you go. All right, Bugfest by the Sea. Check it out. Steve, thanks so much, buddy. Always
Thanks,
a
man.
pleasure, and look
Appreciate it.
forward to seeing you
Okay, take care.
in a couple months. All right, look, we got another hour of Scuba Radio on deck. We're going to talk about finding some more shark teeth, among other things, so stick around. Hour 2 coming up momentarily on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life
under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me.
We got another hour of this?
Yeah, aren't we lucky? Dramatic pause. Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Bubble Boy, Vinny Two Tanks. And I thought we were going to talk to Jerry the Diver guy. He was getting a tattoo during Hour 1, I believe.
He passed out.
He passed out, or he's writhing in pain, and figured he didn't want to scream like a little girl live on the radio.
He had to go get his dictionary so he knew how to spell the words they were attaching to his arms.
So he's getting a tattoo of Barry on his left buttocks. Is that what it was?
No.
Like Barry and Jerry? Is that? I'm okay.
No regrets, Greg. It's no regrets.
No regrets. Exactly.
No regrets.
Okay. So I don't know what this is all about. This was news to me. He kind of sprung this on us.
It's a cry for help.
Is it?
Let's be honest.
Well,
it looks like an octopus took a dump all over his arm.
Huh.
He's really hoping to hook up with someone down at the Ocean Fest or not Ocean Fest, but Lobster Fest.
Why?
Bug Fest.
You think
Bug
you
Fest.
are turned on by tattoos?
Not me. No, not me. But I'm saying he's trying everything he can.
He wants to be one of the cool people.
One of the cool kids, huh?
Ship has sailed.
He's gonna have a Scuba Radio shirt with the arms torn off so he could show off his.
Well, we have Scuba Radio tattoos. I've been happy to give him one. They're temporary. They're not as permanent as what he appears to be doing at this moment in time. But maybe he didn't know that. That it could have saved him a lot of pain and a lot of trouble.
Jerry has no impulse control.
You think that's what it is? It was like a impulse decision, and he decided to get a tattoo.
He already had something going on there. I don't remember. It was
similar. I thought it was a rash. I thought you put an ointment on
like
there.
A black, like a band or something. Like
it was a tribal tattoo.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
And so did he explain what the heck he's doing, Bubble Boy, or no?
No, he did not, and I don't know what tribe he's in. So,
well, he's in a scuba tribe, maybe. Maybe that's what he wants to do. Is
Scuba Squad.
Right. He wants to get tatted up. Maybe that's maybe he's the first of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad.
That we all have to get one, Greg.
Yeah, y'all got to get branded. We at least have to be able to, poke you with a hot poker.
I'll use the Sharpie. Are our Scuba Squad shirts ever going to get ordered?
No, hell no.
Oh, man.
We're going with tattoos. Weren't you listening?
No, I'll use a Sharpie.
Did you hear this?
No, I can't have a tattoo.
It's not a Sharpie. It's going to be a branding iron. We're going to just stick it in a fire. We're going to get a
I already
nice...
burned myself once.
Well,
there
see?
it is. There's
there
my
you go.
brand.
Got to cover
like
up
Yellowstone.
Right. I don't even know what that means, but it
Like
doesn't
Kung
matter.
Fu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a big hot pot with a scuba flag, and we have to pick up the hot pot.
I don't know. I just want to.
On the left side and radio on the right.
I just want to be able to stick you with a hot poker. That's my role. That's all I know. So that'll be the enjoyment I get out of the whole process.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing. He kind of threw me for a loop there. Did it kind of scar you a little bit too when you saw that video on Facebook and YouTube?
I don't care.
Oh, okay. You don't really care. Didn't
He's
do
ready to
anything.
move on.
I mean, you don't like the tatted up Jerry the Diver
It's
guy?
on brand. It makes sense for him.
Brand.
It's something he would do.
I see what you did there.
No, I didn't mean no. It wouldn't surprise me. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I mean, is this a thing right now? I thought the tattoo thing had already passed. Is that really a hot thing right now?
People love them.
They?
Yeah.
On people like Jerry?
Well, that remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Do they charge by the amount of ink they use?
I don't know.
I think so.
Bubble Boy?
How intricate it is.
He knows everything.
No, I don't know anything. But
Well, okay. He knows.
He knows that he knows nothing.
Tattoo. He said the guy designed the tattoo ahead of time. So
yeah,
it's a pretty decent looking tattoo.
Looked like he was trying to cover up something.
Well, it was
there.
a Polynesian art form in the mountains.
Polynesian.
Yeah, so he found a Polynesian artist in the mountains of Virginia.
Of course.
So it'll probably be just perfect. I'm sure.
He had the word Kristen scratched out, Brittany scratched out,
He's covering
Barry
scratched out,
Barry scratched out.
And
Really?
Then there's like just a question mark.
He'll look
Wow.
good in a tiki bar.
Cry for help.
You think he will? I don't know. He might look more intimidating with a tattoo. All right. And by the way, was it on his arm or on his leg?
I think that was his arm.
That was his arm.
It was just
Going
his
down
arm.
His whole arm.
Okay, I thought
almost
I
the
looked,
whole sleeve, right?
I
It
thought I
looked
looked
pretty
up
big.
there and saw a butt cheek exposed. I'm like,
You wish.
No, that was his arm. That's what you see, Greg. But it was his arm.
No,
Says a lot about you, Greg.
wrong.
Says more about you
Wrong!
than it does. Jerry.
Wrong.
Look how defensive he
CJ.
is. Look how
I
defensive
know.
he is. Right.
No, that's not accurate.
Gong.
Anyway, so look, we are going to try to connect with the dive operator that we did. Well, we were hoping to do this a couple weeks ago, but he was out diving. But today, I believe they got blown out. And upwards off the coast of North Carolina, it's a dive operation that specializes in taking divers out to go find Megalodon shark teeth. Dr. Doug
Yeah,
Ebersol
we missed
did
him
this
last week, right?
Yeah. So because they were out diving. So, but this week, I guess the weather has kind of blown him out. So he said, "Yeah, give me a call. We'll tell you about what we do." Why is that on your list of any two tanks? You want to get out there and find?
I just want to commend you that you said you tried to get him for next week and you followed through. I'm impressed.
What a first time for everything. What's so funny?
And he's on it today.
I find no
It's
humor
only
in this.
taken 20-something odd years to.
Looking forward to this subject. Let's
Yeah.
go.
No,
Yeah.
Vinny makes a good point.
About what?
You usually don't do what you say you're going to do.
What do you mean? I follow through on
How could I
every
make that
single
any
thing I do.
clearer?
I follow through on everything I say I'm going to do.
Wrong.
Wrong.
I don't hear anything.
Wrong.
I hear nothing. Isn't that weird how it doesn't happen when you say it? It only works when I do it.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Sounds muffly. Sounds dirty. Like the mix isn't right, Barry. Sorry.
Okay, I'll work on it.
So anyway,
So Jerry is truly gone. He's off the show. We don't see him. We don't hear him.
Actually,
leaked
if
out
you
a bunch of
listen,
blood.
if you listen real closely, you might hear the screaming of a young girl. And that's actually Jerry the diver guy, screaming.
We'll have a tribute
in
show to
pain.
him next week, Greg, in memoriam, Jerry.
It'll be, ah! Listen closely. Only dogs can hear it. It's so high.
Still have his photo of his thong.
Oh God.
Excuse me?
Why? Would you like a copy?
Don't show
Oh,
that.
Don't bring that up.
You could put that up in the memorial.
Oh boy.
Good
Yeah.
idea, Barry.
No, that was a bad one. Terrible idea. Thanks for painting that mental image in all of our minds.
Okay, we'll just talk more about lobsters.
I would think Jerry would get so drunk off of moonshine to get numbed up so he wouldn't feel the pain of the tattoo needle. So he either didn't plan it right or he had too much.
Or he ran out.
Well, it could be in a combination of all the above. I don't know.
He hadn't finished the cooking pot.
The what?
Yeah. What?
His cooking pot. He never got his copper. We were looking for copper rivets, so he never got the rivets.
What is he? What? Yeah.
For the
What?
still.
What's he talking about?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Copper rivets to
Why?
build the still.
This
To
okay.
make the spring water.
Okay. What he
He
has
said
one?
cooking pot. I was like, what?
Well, he's cooking in it. That's what he's cooking.
Cooking pot.
He's cooking pot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Anyway, I mean, have you done the Megalodon shark teeth thing, Vinny Two Tanks?
But I've seen a lot of people carrying around at the DEMA show, and I know it's a real popular thing to do on the East Coast.
Yeah. I mean, is it something you would like to do? I mean, you
That's
like
why I said, hey, why don't we go as a group? I said that last week, remember?
No,
said, hey,
I
we
don't
should go.
remember this. You're making
did.
things up. No, I don't think.
No, I did.
Greg, I think
No,
your
no.
mind is starting
Go
to
back and listen to the tape.
Have a scuba radio teeth
Bubble Boy.
finding.
Before we went on the last break, when Brittany did mention that she has new earrings that are, they're not actually shark's teeth, but they're made from a mold.
Like human teeth, like Jerry the Diver Guy's baby teeth?
No, not a necklace of ears.
Okay, that's gross. That's just totally gross. I don't even know why he brought that up. I guess it's just because of the teeth thing. All right. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Here comes old Greg. He's a scaly manfish.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
What you doing in my waters?
The show is a disaster.
I got something to show you.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
Hi there.
Master. Dive Master. Dive Master. Dive Master.
I'm old Greg. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Nart. Hello, fishies.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. All right, so we got Chris on from, is it WB Diving, Chris? Do I got it right?
Yes, sir. WB Diving,
right.
Wrightsville Beach Diving.
Okay, and you guys right off the coast of North Carolina. Is that correct?
Yep. Wilmington, Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina.
There you go. All right, so you took Dr. Doug out diving a couple weeks ago for Megalodon shark teeth. He came back. He was just, he was just bubbling over. He was excited. So I wanted to get you on and find out, what was this all about? Because you guys kind of specialize in taking divers out specifically to go find these Megalodon shark teeth. Is that right?
We do, yes, sir.
So the biggest one you found, I got to ask that right out of the box. How big do you think?
The biggest one we found is 6.85 inches.
Wow. So you figure how big a shark, what does that translate into?
They say about 1 inch of tooth, equals about 10 feet of shark.
Whoa.
So you're looking at like a 68-foot shark.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
And so
Damn.
do you still have that tooth, or did you sell it, or what do you do with this stuff?
No, somebody wanted it more than we did. So we sold it.
And that would go for how much, you figure? I mean, we're talking thousands of dollars, right?
Thousands, yeah.
That's pretty
thousands.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. So you've been doing this for how long, you figure?
About 12 years.
Okay.
12 years diving for Megalodon teeth, and then and diving in North Carolina, working in North Carolina, and then we started Wrightsville Beach diving. This is our 5th season, so 5 years ago.
So was it something that you started the dive operation first and then decided, hey, shark teeth is the way to go, or was it the other way around?
It was. We kind of went the direction the customers wanted, where the demand was.
Yeah.
So we didn't schedule any trips our first year. It was all started by groups of divers and individual divers. And it just seemed like 75% of our bookings were Megalodon teeth.
Yeah.
And we do some other stuff as well, but the overwhelming interest is to go find Megalodon teeth. And I don't blame people. It's one of the best places in the world you can do it.
Yeah. Dr. Doug brought back some pretty awesome specimens, and I guess if you're really lucky, you could go out there, find one or a few of them, and potentially, make some serious dough. Can you?
You can.
Is that feasible? Is that a great business idea plan, or is this like treasure hunting type stuff? What do you think?
I mean, if you want to make some serious money, you got to do it full time. You got to go every day you can. But yeah, if you find, there's always a chance of finding something incredible down there. That's what keeps people coming back.
Yeah. Why do you got to go every day? Is it a matter of just like getting lucky and finding the right spot, or is there a technique? Is there some kind of
So there is a technique. There's a learning curve involved. So it's his first time here. So usually by about the 3rd dive of a trip, you start figuring it out, right?
Yeah.
The first dive or two, you're like, all right, these guys are lying to us. There's no teeth down here. And then and then you start to see them. You develop an eye for it and a technique for it. You get better and better.
Right.
And then obviously the more you go, the more you can find, the better your chances are.
Okay. So you just kind of zero in on what to look for, like those sharp angles and things like that. That's what I've been told in the past. And
yeah. Sharp angles or the heart-shaped root. It's hard to explain, but when you get down there on the fossil beds, everything looks like a shark's tooth. You'd be amazed at how many people bring up what we call tooth-shaped rocks, right?
Yeah, right.
They look just like a shark's tooth, but it's not the
right thing. I gotcha.
So just developing that eye to see what's tooth and what's not.
Okay, so do you mix it up too? I mean, off the coast of North Carolina, you got the sand tiger wrecks and things like that, I guess, right? Is that in your neck of the woods too?
Yep. We do that as well. Right now the sand tigers are starting to show up, so we'll do some more wreck diving
and mix it up
for the rest of the summer.
Okay.
We do a lot of spearfishing as well. We have some amazing spearfishing here in North Carolina. We're really lucky.
Right. And so it's WB Diving. WBdiving.com. I want to make sure I get that out there for everybody. But just so I'm clear, do you typically go out and say, okay, today is only shark teeth we're going after, or do you take it out and say, hey, we're going to do a morning dive and we're going to do a tank looking for shark teeth, and the next tank we're going to do, something else, or do you kind of zero in on one specific type of diving each time?
One specific type, yeah. So wherever the charter is scheduled for, or whatever the charter is scheduled for, that's what we're doing that day.
Okay.
Now, there are groups, like if you book the whole boat, we only take 6 divers. So it's a little bit more of a personalized experience, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So if a group comes and they have the whole boat with 6 people, then we can wake up in the morning and say, hey, you guys got some teeth yesterday. Do you want to go for teeth again? You want to dive a wreck? It's basically your boat, so you can, make the call.
Right. I do wonder, though, if you're going down and looking for these Megalodon shark teeth, and you do find some big teeth, does it make you kind of, wonder in the back of your mind, like, hey, could there still be one rare swan around them? You know, that. I mean, would you think that, CJ?
No.
You wouldn't think that at all?
Well, yeah. Oh.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Chris.
it's back of your mind, and then it's actually a funny story. But about a month ago, I was coming up from a dive, and a humpback whale surfaced right behind me.
Nice.
Which a humpback whale is about 60 feet long,
Uh-huh.
so it's about the right size and shape.
Right.
of a megalodon.
Like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, you had that little sinking feeling for a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun day.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, I've done it off of Venice Beach in Florida, and I got a few samples there. I did a pretty good, but it sounds like you get some pretty big ones up there. And we need to go up there and mark that one off the list. And it sounds like you got a fine operation. Yes.
Yeah.
And is there a season right now? Is the season really kicking in with the water temp and everything, I assume? Or what?
Yeah, we're in full swing. Once May rolls around, the water temps are 75 degrees right now.
There you go.
They'll hold in the upper 70s until October.
Excellent. All right, Chris, thank you so much. Good stuff. WBDiving.com. Check them out and go find your shark teeth. And who knows, maybe you'll see us on the boat with them sometime too. More coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Let me tell you about a friend I know. He's got the world's first scuba diving radio show. So now everywhere I am, and everywhere I go, the first thing that I tune to is Scuba Radio.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's with me. And, we got to head up to North Carolina. That sounds warm enough as far as the water temp, 75.
I've been begging for you to come up there.
Well, okay, Jerry the Diver got back with us. He finally came to life after passing out in pain from getting a tattoo.
Well, these last two were pretty rough.
He cried so much. Look at this, his poor puffy face.
Yeah. So we're going to get to the bottom of this and find out why he had a tattoo that says Jerry and Barry forever with a big heart and
No.
you know what?
He got that. He's going to become a male stripper down here.
Oh, okay. Well, Jerry's got to support him somehow.
Well, a lot of people want to see me in my mankini.
Define a lot of people.
Yeah. Like, obviously, Jerry's still under the influence of something. We don't know what exactly. But no, explain what the heck did you do today, Jerry? Seriously, because you didn't tell me about this.
Well, I've had an appointment with this tattoo artist for about, 3 months now. I'd say close to it.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to start on some of my other nautical stuff. So.
All right, so you got a tattoo on your arm. Is that where it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And it was just
from my elbow up so far.
To build on what you already had, or you've totally redone something, or what?
You've seen my Polynesian shark.
I honestly didn't notice anything.
Yeah, whatever.
I didn't. I did not know Jerry had a tattoo. Did you?
Yeah.
See, I
knew about the shark.
I did not notice that. That's not something I typically notice on another guy. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm not judging you, CJ. I'm just saying I just didn't notice that.
Because you're blind.
Okay, well, there's that. Yeah.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
I'm gonna need you to take every instinct you have and bury it deep, deep down.
Going down on love.
We're going down right now. Wrap your heads around the reality of that.
Going down on love.
Time to musk up.
And I am never
Going down, going down, going down.
never to hear of you going to the surface again. Is that clear?
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Jerry is kind of doing that. Jerry the Diver Guy is going down on love by getting a tattoo on his arm to show the world that indeed he is going down on love, I guess. Is that right, Jerry?
I thought it meant he liked Polynesian food.
Is that, I don't know. Is it a Polynesian artwork? Is that what you've had put on your arm today? Or what?
Yeah.
And what is it? What does it mean? What do you...
It's a recipe on how to cook Jerry.
Wait, it's a Polynesian shark fin? Is that what you said?
Pretty much, yeah.
And that means what exactly?
More sharks.
You have no idea, do you?
No, it's a recipe to cook Jerry.
No, I'm trying to get to the bottom of this to find out exactly what Jerry the Diver Guy is trying to present to the world. I mean,
We are tying shark-themed stuff with this Polynesian art. That's all it is.
Okay, so when somebody, when you walk by somebody and they see your tattoo, you want them to think what?
Oh, cool.
He likes tiki bars.
Yeah.
Okay, tiki bars. Well, I think they'll smell that on them. I don't think you have to see anything. But
Vinny Two Tank, spokesman for Jerry the Diver Guy.
That's right.
I love it.
Yeah, he could be his interpreter. I don't know.
On it. He liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you really didn't think this through really deeply. You just you think it looks cool and might as well tattoo something on my arm.
There is no meanings to it. No,
Huh.
I just love the artwork.
Okay. So you just, I thought when you get a tattoo, it's supposed to mean something.
It
Yeah,
is.
he's one of the cool people now.
Yeah.
No,
So
means
that's
something
great.
to him.
Well, he just said it doesn't mean anything other than he likes art.
It does not have a meaning to the artwork. It doesn't.
It just
It
means,
means something to me because it's sharks.
okay.
But that's it.
All right. So, all right. The message you want someone to think or
I like
get,
sharks.
I like
Save
sharks.
the sharks.
Save the, okay. See, that's what I was trying to get to.
We got there eventually.
Yeah. Took him a while.
Well, you can't get a word in edgewise. Come on.
Well,
And he's cool.
okay.
Yeah,
If you say
and I'm
so.
cool.
Tattoo.
The plane.
The plane.
Yeah. So, okay. All right. Well, I guess whatever works for you, Jerry. You know,
Why don't you just get the word cool tattooed?
Now, it won't come out.
Well, I know. I said earlier when you passed out, from crying like a little girl and had to go off the air, I did say, we do have Scuba Radio tattoos I've been happy to give you that are actually temporary. And you didn't have to go the whole permanent
just
route.
To know that I did not pass out, nor did I cry in pain.
Right. Passed out.
We have no
cried
video
in pain.
evidence of that.
Yeah.
There is evidence of that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I see nothing.
So how long before it heals?
Well, probably a week or so.
Is it all like puffed up and bloody?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually red and puffy right now.
Oh, sounds like a lot of fun.
Ladies off with a
your arm
stick.
looks like a
Yeah.
tenderized piece of beef.
How'd you like to be mutilated?
Wow.
It's all wrapped up in saran wrap now.
Okay. Are you not allowed to dive for a week or so? It might get infected, right?
Oh yeah. For at least a week or two.
You say
Otherwise,
keep it out of the
it'll
ocean?
over real good.
The
Yeah.
ink will run.
Well, no, the ink won't run, but I mean,
These colors don't run.
it could get
The ink
infected,
won't
couldn't it?
run, it's the bacteria.
Yeah.
Staph infection.
Flesh-eating bacteria.
I have never heard of a diver not being able to dive because he got a tattoo until today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're just doing nothing but taking the top layer of the skin off. And
Every time
all
you
you're
have
doing
something
is-
removed, you are out of water for a couple weeks.
Okay. Do you have a
Says
tattoo,
Dr.
Barry?
No.
Mm-hmm.
You said you never heard of someone getting a tattoo that couldn't dive.
Yeah, I know. I've never known a diver that had to stay out of the water because he had just got a tattoo. I've never heard that excuse.
Well, I don't have to stay out. That I don't.
But if you got in the ocean, you could potentially get an infection
Yeah, get infection.
and
if it's
and
common
die.
sense.
Necrotizing fasciitis.
Thank you.
Huh. Sounds
Arm would
delicious.
just fall off.
Okay. But yeah, okay. Well, whatever works for you, Jerry. I mean, I'm happy for you, I guess.
I grab lobster with the other hand.
And he's wearing his thoughts on his sleeve, save the sharks. So he has
See, all of this is coming into play for Bugfest,
No, I don't. I don't get it at all.
The lobsters are going to see it and go, oh, cool. And I'm just going to keep grabbing them and going.
You're going to use your tattoo as a distraction.
Yep.
They're going to be drawn into the artwork, the Polynesian artwork. The lobsters will be drawn in and kind of mesmerized, like hypnotized.
You're going to be looking at them and laughing.
A game plan.
As long as I can still catch them.
You think?
A game plan.
That's what he has?
Stupid and misguided, but a game plan.
They don't call me the lobster crusher for no reason.
They don't call you that at all.
They don't call him that. Stop.
I think I got that last year.
Okay.
Just passing by.
Does Chiefy have any tattoos? Because isn't he like the best at catching lobsters of all time?
You would think if you're going to, get a tattoo to mesmerize the lobsters, it would be a tattoo of a lobster, not a shark, which could potentially eat the lobster.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe nurse sharks do eat lobsters.
Correct. That's my point. So I don't know if you thought this one through quite well there, Jerry, the diver guy.
I thought it through.
Just cover it up so they don't see it.
That's that.
Okay.
Oh, and the other arm has parts of a tattoo on it.
Wait, he has more than one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how many tattoos do you have? So you got a Polynesian shark thing on one side
He's
and
got
what?
one on his backside.
Oh,
Sorry.
Barry.
Sorry.
Hey.
Barry, we're supposed to not talk about this.
Not supposed to talk about Jerry's tramp stamp.
Oh, God. Barry.
He
Wow.
got the barbed wire on his right arm when he was a porn star back in the 1990s.
Yeah, what was your porn name, Jerry? Barry.
Hung low.
Hung low.
Wow, he was a Asian porn star.
This is just wrong.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, so sorry.
Okay.
5, 6, 7 more weeks to lobster eating.
All right. Well, I guess he has time to recover from his tattoo and then get back in the ocean. All right. But yeah, you have your plans set. I know Jerry does. CJ does. Bubble Boy. Vinny, you got your hotel set at the Plunge Beach?
I've got the hotel, and I got a rental car. I'm styling.
All right. So Vinny's
driving.
Yeah, Vinny's driving us all around.
And I'm heading south. After that, I'm going south. I'm going all the way to the Keys.
Go south, young man.
So you're going to go to the History of Diving Museum. You got another plan? You're going to go see Betsy?
I want to talk to you guys and give me ideas of work, because Tom and I want to do some diving down that way.
Well, duh. Yeah, you can go down and see Betsy, the giant lobster on US 1 there. You know what I'm talking about, Vinny?
That's that blow-up doll thing?
No, that's not that.
That's over at Woody's.
That's that blow-up doll thing.
Oh, wow.
Greg knows all about Woody's.
How do you know that about Barrett? Come on. How do you know where the
Woody's
blow-up dolls at?
Says the guy with the tramp stamp.
Barry's the one that knows the location of the blow-up doll.
Okay, there's no blow-up doll that I'm aware of.
Barry just texted me. He said Jerry's tattoo on his buttock says, "Hey, sailor." I don't know if that's
Betsy
true.
is the giant lobster statue that is on US 1 right across from some gift shop thing down there. What, Tavernier, Isla Morada, something?
But hold on, what's this blow-up doll thing?
Yeah, I don't think we should
I
go
thought it was
there.
like a big diver, like a blown-up diver on the side
Well,
of the road.
that's in front of the History of Diving Museum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now
But Betsy is the name they've given to the giant lobster. Well, let me put it this way. That's what Jerry the diver guy named that giant lobster.
Called Betsy for many years, Greg.
The lobster
Okay,
used
well,
to be
I don't
on the ocean side of US 1, and they moved it to the bay side of
Well,
US.
no. There was a lobster walk, and Betsy walked across
Yeah, right.
US
Okay.
1. Let's be historically accurate for once. Can we, Barry?
Y'all suck. Y'all from Florida and still don't know all this stuff. And I'm from Virginia, and I know that.
Oh, I know what I know. I know, Jerry, that you and Barry are going to go down to Marathon Key and take a ride on the African Queen.
No, that's in Isla Morada.
Is that a euphemism?
No, it's in Key Largo, you big dummy.
No, that's right. It's in Key Largo.
Oh, they moved it.
No, it's always been in Key Largo. It's where the movie was. Key Largo.
By the
Get it?
Holiday Inn. It's by the
All right, these guys are all friggin' drunk. This is ridiculous. Radio Gold, I tell you.
When?
Would you like to talk diving? Greg the Dive Master's all toweled down and ready to take your call now. Call Scuba Radio at 1-888-88-SCUBA.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving, flying, and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving, flying, and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why I wanted to tell you about Nanook Professional Protective Cases. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook cases generally cost less than similar products currently on the market. From an iPhone to a full set of dive gear, whatever you need to shield from the elements, Nanook Professional Protective Cases has the size, shape, and color for you. Go to nanook.com. That's NANUK.com for Nanook Professional Protective Cases. The evolution of protection.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Scuba Radio.
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I would like to extend to you an invitation to the party.
We're gonna have some fun without a dive. At the party, scuba party. Now don't stay behind, don't get left out. At the party, scuba party. Now the scuba party is here and it's here to stay. At the party, scuba party. If you want some fun, that's the only way. At the party, scuba party. We're gonna dive in and swim all about, move around just like the truck. Now at the party, a big party.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ Whitney. In the studio, we have Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, Bubble Boy, Barry the Bugger, Vinny Two Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy. And, Jerry got a tattoo, and so I guess it is a party.
That's pretty much slow news day.
No, it's a party when you get a tattoo. That means somebody's
we're still talking about Jerry's tattoo.
Well, no, I was going to talk about something else, but I just wanted to get that out there and kind of.
Everybody needs to go get a Scuba Radio tattoo, Greg. Show their dedication to you and the show.
I agree. We have a whole stack of temporary Scuba Radio tattoos.
Oh, no, we don't want temporary. We wrote the real thing.
Okay.
Greg, I can see you doing that because it's your show.
No, I would never.
You don't believe in it that much?
No, I would never bastardize my skin. Yeah. Who needs that? No way.
You whips.
But
you could write it off.
Yeah, if anyone so chooses
expense.
To put a Scuba Radio tattoo on their, on their body someplace, I'll give them a Scuba Radio hat.
I already have a hat.
Just throw it out there.
I have two hats.
If you make it a permanent Scuba Radio tattoo, it needs to be someplace where people will see it. Yeah, like your butt cheeks.
No one's going to see that.
Oh, yeah, our audience. They're kind of twisted, and they have a tendency to, show off. Well, or maybe that's just the Scuba Squad. Maybe I shouldn't lump our entire audience into that category. I don't know. But regardless, get a tattoo, parade around Lauderdale by the Sea for Bugfest, show it off. I'll give you a free hat. Probably won't be a Scuba Radio hat. It'll be some other hat like
if you want to do that, Greg, you should just pay for the tattoo.
No, it won't. Yeah, it won't happen. You can get a picture with Jerry the Diver Guy and compare tats. How about that? You could do that. But while you're down there diving for lobster, who knows what you might find? You might find lobster if you're lucky, or maybe you'll be like these guys that Vinny Two Tanks sent me the story on this week. Where the guy and his dad, I believe, were diving, I don't know where. Where was it, Vinny? Do you remember? Was it off the coast of Florida?
Off the Gold Coast. Somewhere off the Gold Coast.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, down there by Sebastian, the Treasure Coast.
Yeah, that's it, Sebastian.
Yeah. And, I guess they had metal detectors with them, so they were looking for treasure, as you would, on the Treasure Coast with some underwater metal detectors, and they got a hit and started digging around. A kid found this thing, and he's like, gosh, I found something. It's definitely metal, and I'm trying to pull it out, and, he got the attention of his dad and brought it. He came over and they started digging and they finally pulled it out and realized they had found somebody's leg, like an amputee's leg.
Yeah, it was an Afghan war veteran's leg.
Yeah, a big old monster, leg.
But what metal?
There was metal in it,
okay.
Barry. Yeah,
I think it was tungsten, the real light stuff.
Titanium.
Yeah, one of those.
That's it.
But it was one of those high tech. It was one of those high tech, artificial leg things, and they pulled it up and they're like, "Holy crap! We
can make a lamp out of this for Christmas."
Yeah,
it's fragile.
That was their first choice or idea, of course, and then they realized, like, wait a minute, this actually looks like it's in pretty good shape. Maybe we'll put it up here on Facebook and see if anybody recognizes it.
I.e. my leg.
And sure enough, they did, and the owner reached out to him.
Within 48 hours.
Yeah, and
the internet?
and he had lost it in some rough seas when he was out diving with some other vets or something, and they had a happy ending.
Those are expensive.
Those things are worth thousands of dollars.
Well, yeah, I mean, but this just worked out to be a fun little, happy story kind of thing. I mean, it's kind of nice.
Found my leg.
Yeah, I found my leg. So, it's not a lobster, but I mean, you got a great story.
It's another thing about diving. There's always something you can do with diving.
Yeah, no telling what you might find.
You could find things. It's not just fish or whatever. There's a lot of dynamics to it.
Yeah,
Megalodon teeth.
That's right.
Prosthetic legs.
Yeah, they're right up there.
Car tires.
You find a prosthetic leg.
And some of that stuff, those teeth are treasure. That's like finding.
Well, so are artificial legs.
Yeah.
I mean,
the kid could have sold it back to him, but he gave it to him.
No, of course he did.
Much better.
But if he didn't, if someone wouldn't have come forward to claim it, I mean, maybe turn it into like a lamp, for Christmas. I mean, I'm sure he had a backup plan, like CJ pointed out.
Tiny Tim's crutch.
Okay,
Barry,
maybe.
Come on.
God bless us all.
Oh, golly. All right. Well, so you never know what you might find underwater. Just a few other things to look out for. There you go. And so I guess we'll just have to wrap it up with that today.
Oh, it's 5 o'clock. Thank God.
What's wrong?
No, it's done. We're done.
The torture is done.
We're done.
Not our best show.
Let's go get a tattoo.
Not our best show.
Let's go get a tattoo and celebrate.
I'll get a tat.
They've been there, done that.
I'll be next.
Okay. Well, on that note, we'll wrap it up till next time. Remember, it's always better. Where, gang?
Suck it, losers.
No, down where it's wetter.
I mean, down where it's letter.
Come on. Get with the program already.
Down below if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.